Well, Typhoon Gaemi made landfall on northeastern coast of Taiwan early on Thursday, triggering those heavy rains and floods. We can return back to Kat Thomas. Kat, talk us through the impact that Gaemi's had on Taiwan.
After the typhoon made landfall, it weakened considerably and actually moved across the island quite quickly. It had already gone into the Taiwan Strait by 4:20 this morning. However, because of the amount of water that it picked up in that loop, what's happened is that we've had torrential and extremely torrential rainfall across large parts of the country, particularly down in Kaohsiung and Pingdong at the south of the island.
We know that work, schools, flights were all suspended on Thursday. How is the island recovering today? Are things back to normal?
Well, I don't know if you can hear behind me, but just 2 minutes ago, a construction site started up again. So I would say things are getting back into normal in Taipei City, at least, because of course here it's a lot calmer in the north. Down south, of course, there's still a lot of flooding and still on high alert down south. And they're expecting, even as the typhoon is moving across, that these rains are going to continue. Trains started running again round about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And slowly the city will return to normal in Taipei, though, of course, with cleanup and so forth in Kaohsiung, things might be a little bit slower down in the south of the country.
And Kat, the island is regularly hit by typhoons, isn't it? So how well prepared are authorities in dealing with situations like this?
Pretty well prepared, I'd say, actually. It's been a while since we've had a typhoon of this size and intensity headed straight towards us. Of course, in the end, it was mainly Hualien that suffered those effects, which is unfortunate because back in April, of course, they had a big earthquake, which has left a lot of land loose. So there are concerns about landslides because those repair works are still ongoing. But generally speaking, responses are well oiled. The typhoon days were normally called around about 8 o'clock in the evening before. And so it was called on Tuesday evening for Wednesday and Wednesday evening for Thursday. And similarly, the train services and so on were operating on reduced or suspended basis. But people generally are quite prepared. The main concern here initially was that we were going to have very high winds, which can dislodge things which have been loosened over time, not having had one big typhoon for several years. However, because those winds didn't really come across the island, the main problem is rain. So other than putting out sandbags and putting up floodgates and, flood barriers at the rivers, there's not much that can be done beyond that when you're dealing with such torrential rains. And of course, it remains to be seen how much damage has been done up in the mountainous areas, because a lot of people have been evacuated from those areas in advance of the typhoon. 8,500 people were evacuated from vulnerable areas. So it's possible that we'll see more damage coming out of there. Yes.
OK, really good to get your perspective. Kat Thomas there for us in Taipei.
Thank you. Thank you very much.